Viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus, then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from The Hindu, published on 9th of November 2020. The title of today's editorial is India and Biden. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that US policy may see more consistency without dependence on personalized summits. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 2, which has sections that include polity, constitution, governance, and primarily with the section that includes international relations. Some key points from today's editorial. While United States Democratic Party contender and former Vice President Joseph Biden still needs to tie up some loose ends for an official seal to his victory, it is clear that New Delhi is now preparing to work with a new United States administration. Now, like we know that it is almost confirmed that Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. So, New Delhi has started working on its agenda and some initiatives that is required to work with the new government that will be formed. The win is a mixed bag for the government. It can be said very clearly that the win of Joe Biden is a kind of mixed bag situation for the Narendra Modi government here in India. On the other hand, Mr. Narendra Modi invested considerably in the Trump administration, which included the Houston and Ahmedabad rallies with Mr. Trump that indicated a virtual endorsement for his re-election. The External Affairs Minister snubbed to the Democrat-led House Foreign Affairs Committee and the invitation to senior Trump officials for 2+2 talks just before the US elections also played into impression of New Delhi, expecting a Trump win. Now we all know that last year, that is in 2019, Howdy Modi named program was conducted in Houston, and similarly this year in February a welcome program for Donald Trump was organized here in Ahmedabad, India. It shows that the Narendra Modi government at that point of time was quite assured that it will be Trump's second tenure in United States. Also, one very good example that can be seen that the Narendra Modi government was quite confirmed about Trump's second tenure was that just before the US elections, we saw 2+2 summit taking place and some important agreements were signed between India and United States of America under the 2+2 talks. So this shows how the Modi government was hopeful that Trump will be enjoying his second tenure in United States of America. On the other hand, Mr. Biden, a long-time supporter of the US-India relationship, brings to his presidency both the comfort of his understanding of foreign policy and the promise of future strategic ties. It should be noted that Mr. Joe Biden, who has served as vice president in Barack Obama's tenure, it is said that Mr. Joe Biden is a very great supporter of United States and India relationship. Also, he has a very good understanding of foreign affairs and has got a tremendous foreign policy as well as a very good knowledge of making very nice strategic ties with various countries. Foreign policy itself may not be his immediate priority given the US battle with the coronavirus pandemic and the president-elect goal which he articulated on Sunday to heal rift in its polity and restore the soul of America. It should be noted that foreign policy as of now, at this point of time, will not be the first priority. The first priority of Joseph Biden will be nothing but to make sure that United States is fighting greatly against the coronavirus pandemic. However, it is clear that he will make moves to reverse some of the Trump era policies. But it should be noted that the moment he will start his new tenure as the President of United States of America, it is quite expected that Joe Biden will be definitely making some initiatives and would reverse some of the steps taken by Donald Trump's government. If we talk about the present scenario for India, it is quite important that with Joe Biden coming into power, it is quite expected that United States of America might again join the Paris Climate Accord, and it would help with energy transformation for India and a return to Iran nuclear negotiation, which will facilitate its regional connectivity ambitions. Like we know that Donald Trump actually started peace talks with Taliban, so it is quite expected that Joe Biden will be following the same suit. However, it is expected that Joe Biden will be doing this in a very measured manner, and the exit of the United States forces will be in a more organized and more planned manner. On China, he is likely to adopt a less confrontational attitude with maintaining a pushback. So, with respect to China, it is quite expected that Joe Biden will be following a less confrontational attitude. Now, we know that Donald Trump, in his tenure as President of the United States of America, he followed a direct confrontational attitude with China. Every time, whenever there was any problem, he actually referred directly to China. There was a name calling. So it is expected that Joe Biden will definitely not be following such a direct confrontational attitude. However, he will be definitely taking initiatives against China if China is found wrong somewhere. No doubt, he will press hard nerve on the issues of human rights, Jammu and Kashmir and the Citizenship Amendment Act, given a policy paper his campaign released in June 2020 that quoted him as being disappointed. Now, it is also expected that Joe Biden will definitely be pressing it very hard for the Indian government, and he must be quoting that the issue of human right, which has been observed after Article 370 was removed from Jammu and Kashmir. It is also expected that he will definitely be coming up with something against the Citizenship Amendment Act, against which he has also published a policy paper in his campaign during June 2020. So it is quite expected that Joe Biden, who said that he was quite disappointed with the Citizenship Amendment Act produced or passed by the Parliament of India, so definitely he must be coming up with something against such act. Now, if we talk about the future, there are several expectations which are these are more likely to be areas of engagement, and New Delhi should be prepared to hold its own in tough conversation on these sensitive issues. However, like I said, the matter of 370 article and the Citizenship Amendment Act, it is absolutely India's personal interest, and India has to hold a very strong ground if somebody is trying to say something against it. Being a sovereign country, no country has got a right to say or to interfere in India's internal issues. So India has to maintain a very strong hold on these matters. Mr. Biden's presidency promises a change in leadership style, with broader powers to advisors and process-driven decisions. His belief in building up United States' traditional transatlantic and trans-Pacific alliances might be at odds with America's more transactional trends. Now, it is also said that Joe Biden is expected to come up with a new kind of alliances as found in transatlantic and trans-Pacific, and they might be at odds against America's traditional trends. No sudden moves such as Mr. Trump's withdrawal of India's GSP export status may be expected, and policy consistency is likely to be preferred to a more personalized summit style. Above all, as New Delhi prepares to adjust its responses to the new dispensation, it would welcome Mr. Biden's stated intention to re-energize the multinational global order and to restore the US position in leading not by example of its power, but by the power of example. So it is expected that New Delhi is also ready for a new leadership in the United States of America. It would definitely welcome Joe Biden's intention to re-energize the multinational global order. And also, it is to be noted that Joe Biden has to set an example, not by the power. America has to set an example under Joe Biden, but not by the power, but by the power of an example. America has to become itself an example so that the other countries are learning from it. So, viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. Now, the questions that can be framed from this editorial primarily can be focused on what are the US and India relations, how exactly the new government will affect or will have an impact on the India and United States relationship. Okay, nothing significant can be asked with reference to the preliminary examination. Okay, but just be sure what exactly is the number of Joe Biden, which number of President Joe Biden will be. Such questions can be asked. Okay, so this was with reference to today's editorial. I hope you like it. Thank you very much.